And one of the questions I get asked a lot is, what is my business worth? What is the value? So it's usually a place we get to start with people by answering that question. It's, well, how do I get started? What do I need to do if I meet with you to find out the value? But it's fairly simple. There's a lot of things we use as far as pieces of data, but the most important ones are really your financial history for the last 3 years. So if we come to a meeting, I'm going to ask you to bring 3 years of your tax returns, 3 years of your internal profit and loss statements to get started. And hopefully these pieces of data will match. And beyond that, because we're going to start with your basic net income, but that's just the beginning, because what we're really trying to find out is what's the cash flow of your company? And that's the basis for everything we start with. But then I got to ask you a series of questions. How much are you pulling out as an owner? What are your owner benefits? You've taken out a salary, you've probably taken out some insurance, probably maybe a car, but what other items you're taking out personally that we can talk about? I don't care about your cell phones or some of the personal issues as much as the big issues. Were there also other one-time items? Maybe last year you had a lawsuit you had to worry about cost you $15,000. That's an unusual expense that doesn't happen every year. So we're going to take that into consideration on figuring out your cash flow too. So basically your owner benefits, your owner perks are one item. The other ones are what are unusual items that happen. Did we have a big raw material bust last year for some reason where we had to buy raw materials because of an issue we had going on and a problem? So once we have that, we start with narrowing down your cash flow issue. And to make it plain and simple, everything's based off your cash flow. We're going to look at multiples of cash flow. A lot of our buyers, that's all they focus on is the multiple cash flow for your industry. But I'm going to go ahead and look at totals of companies that have sold in the past, history. How many companies were for sale out there? What do their multiples look like? And probably 3 other metrics we can take a look at to involve that. So we're looking at the basic financial information to start, and we kind of blow it up from there and go from there to find out more information as we go along. So profit and loss statements for 3 years, your internal tax returns for 3 years on your company is a good place to start. We go from there. I'm going to come up with a value of your company right now. What the market says it's probably worth is a different story. We're going to start with the value. It has something to do with pricing in the future, but that's a totally different discussion. So I'm Roland Rapp with Sunbelt Business Advisors of Dayton, Ohio. I'd like to talk to you about your valuation. Thank you.